Lesson 42. Hill. Around. Are there any hills around this town?
Yes, there are some hills around this town.
Laugh. Comedy. Do people generally laugh when they're happy or unhappy?
People generally laugh when they're happy.
Do you laugh when you watch comedies?
Yes, I laugh when I watch comedies.
Enemy. What's the opposite of the word friend?
The opposite of the word friend is enemy.
Were England and America enemies during the Second World War?
No, England and America weren't enemies during the Second World War. They were friends.
Castle. Are there any old castles in this town?
Yes, there are some old castles in this town.
Hungry. Noise. Are you hungry at the moment?
Yes, I'm hungry at the moment.
Are there a lot of hungry people in some parts of the world today?
Yes, there are a lot of hungry people in some parts of the world today.
Does your stomach make noises when you're hungry?
Yes, my stomach makes noises when I'm hungry.
Fact. Historical. Mathematical. Geographical. Tell me a geographical fact.
Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world.
Tell me a historical fact.
The Second World War began in 1939.
Tell me a mathematical fact.
2 + 2 = 4.
Get. Become. When you get hungry, what do you do?
When I get hungry, I eat.
Do you think your English is getting better?
Yes, I think my English is getting better.
Obtain. Fetch. Doctor. About how much does a doctor get a month?
A doctor gets about £2,000 a month.
Do you get any cards from your friends on your birthday?
Yes, I get some cards from my friends on my birthday.
Can I get clothes from a bookshop?
No, you can't get clothes from a bookshop.
Which animal do we get milk from?
We get milk from a cow.
Will you go and get a pen for me from the next room, please?
Yes, I'll go and get a pen for you from the next room.
When children are young, do their parents get them from school each day?
Yes, when children are young, their parents get them from school each day.
Will you get that book from the table and give it to me, please?
Yes, I'll get that book from the table and give it to you.
Get to. Reach. What time do you generally get to school for your lesson?
I generally get to school at 9 a.m. for my lesson.
What time do you generally get home at the end of the day?
I generally get home at about 6 p.m. at the end of the day.
What are the general meanings of the verb get?
The general meanings of the verb get are become and obtain.
If you are not sure when to use get, what is it better to do?
If I'm not sure when to use get, it's better to use the other verb with the same meaning.
There was. There were. Is there a picture on that wall?
Yes, there's a picture on that wall.
Was there a picture on that wall 3 lessons ago?
Yes, there was a picture on that wall 3 lessons ago.
Were there any books on the table last lesson?
Yes, there were some books on the table last lesson.
Was there a chair in that corner during the last lesson?
No, there wasn't a chair in that corner during the last lesson.
Were there any chairs on the table last lesson?
No, there weren't any chairs on the table last lesson.
Die. President. What's the opposite of the verb to live?
The opposite of the verb to live is to die.
Do most people die before they're 100 years old?
Yes, most people die before they're 100 years old.
When did President Kennedy die?
President Kennedy died in 1963.